How's it going, everybody? Welcome to No Tilt Worlds. We have some fantastic games for you guys today. To kick things off in Group A, we're going to have Team Canada going up against Team Ecuador. Oh, man. So here is the schedule for today. Kicking things off with Canada versus Ecuador. Following will be Mexico versus Venezuela to wrap things up in Group A. Group A is very close. It is between Mexico and Canada to see who will get that second and final spot in Group A. And then to wrap up the night, we're going to have the United States going up against Colombia. Group C, and also very tight group. We'll find the results out for Group C tomorrow, but kicking things off with Group A. How's it going, everybody? I'm Full Frontage. I'm going to be your caster for tonight's games. Let's take a look at the standings for Group A. We have Venezuela in first place. Again, Mexico and Canada fighting for that second spot, and Canada and Ecuador are going to kick things off. If Canada gets the win, then it is going to be up to Mexico to see who, if they would come out on top. So we will see what ends up happening. And if Mexico is going to be able to come up on top of Venezuela and Canada beats Ecuador, then we'll have a three-way tie for the first two spots. So it is going to be there are going to be some phenomenal games here tonight. So I hope you guys are excited. Let me know who you guys are rooting for in the chat. But again, to kick things off, Canada versus Ecuador. Matches will be getting started here momentarily. This is the lineup for Canada. We're going to have Swood, Fetus, CA Sweep, and Rubisquio. And then for Ecuador, we will be seeing Isaac, Bryant, Joseph, and Stelu coming out. Who you guys have coming out on top for this game? Do you guys want to see Ecuador take down Canada and potentially secure that second spot for Mexico? Let me know in the chat. But we're going to be getting things here started here momentarily. If you guys are just tuning in to No Tilt Worlds for the first time, I'm going to go over the format for you. It is starting off in a 2v2 best of 3. So each team will nominate 2 players to play in the 2v2 game mode. It will be in a best of 3. Each team does get a ban. Then it will go to the 1v1 best of 3. And if we are tied in sets 1-1, then we will jump to a third and final set for King of the Hill. 3 players from each team will go head to head, and that will determine our victor. But for the 2v2, we're going to have Swood and Fetus representing Team Canada going up against Joseph and Isaac. 2v2 will get started here momentarily. I see some people rooting for Canada in the chat. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So players finalizing their decks, getting things ready, and we're going to be jumping in to the 2 versus 2. Here we go. So we're going to have a Giant Skeleton and Tornado Band. Night Witch coming down in the back. Musketeer coming in from Swood. Lumberjack to follow. Ends up going behind that Musketeer. Comes the Baby Dragon to support. Arrow's going to be rolling through, help taking down that Musketeer. Battle Healer going down in the back. We just recently had some balance changes. Actually, they were this morning. So the balance changes did come in this morning. Miner did receive a little bit of a nerf. It's going to do 56 to Crown Tower versus the 64. Cannon Cart got a little bit of a buff, so we might see Cannon Cart in 2v2. The Mega Minion does aggro to the balloon and just barely takes it down. Mega Knight's going to get kited back by the Night Witch Inferno Tower to melt that Hound. Snowball's going to be rolling in a clean defense from both teams thus far. Inferno Tower to take care of that Hound. Night Witch to pull that Mega Knight back perfectly. Fireball and Mega Minion to defend against that balloon. Here comes a Miner on the top hand side. Again, that nerf coming in is going to be doing that 56 damage versus the 64. So here we go. Lava Hound on the right hand side. Baby Dragon in. Inferno Dragon to follow. Beautiful poison coming in from Ecuador. Battle Healer going down right at the bridge. Going to connect onto the Lumberjack. Lumberjack Rage is not going to hit anything. Baby Dragon's going to lock on. Battle Healer is going to be able to roll through. Lumberjack forced to be played to kite that Inferno Dragon back. Musketeer is going to slowly chip away at the guards. Mega Knight slamming down. It's going to get raged up here. Balloon's going to be coming in on the right-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to aggro onto the Musketeer. Bomb Tower coming in. Freeze is going to be coming down. Is able to connect with the Mega Minion. Mega Knight is going to be able to lock onto the tower. Miner getting some decent chip damage in there. Snowball knocking that Baby Dragon back, but the Musketeer is going to end up locking onto the Inferno Dragon. That is going to be key. The Inferno Dragon is no longer involved in this offensive push from Ecuador. Rage spell coming down. Lava Pups going through. Mega Minion not able to get a connection onto the tower. Poison is going to be able to take away at that Musketeer, bringing it up to 14-28 on the right-hand side. Lumberjack bats rolling through. Here comes the balloon on the right hand side. Canada does have that freeze ready to go. Mega Knight's going to come down defensively. Balloon is going to be able to take care of the bomb tower, but it's going to get quickly taken down by that Mega Minion. Lava Hound going straight at the river. Musketeer is going to lock onto the Hound. That Mega Minion is free reign. It's going to take care of the Musketeer. Inferno Tower thrown in the face of the Lava Hound. Snowball's going to be coming through. Double Baby Dragon push. This is going to be deadly. One Baby Dragon's going to be able to lock onto the tower. Rage going to be coming down there. And a beautiful defense from Canada yet again. Canada's going to have to get some minor chip damage going through here. Inferno Dragon played in the back. It doesn't really look like they'll be able to connect with that balloon. They have the bomb tower to kite things off to the side. They have the fireball to knock it back. Baby Dragon's in both decks to really chip away at it. Inferno Tower's going to kite this Lava Hound away. 60 seconds remaining. Triple Elixir kicking in. Fireball locks onto the double Musketeer. Arrow's going to be rolling through. Takes care of the goblins. Baby Dragon's going to be able to lock onto the tower. Snowball not in time, and Ecuador is going to take the first game of the set. GG's, well played. So Ecuador going up 1-0 in that first game to kick things off, and what phenomenal defense from both teams. It was really interesting to see Ecuador bring out just the rage spell, not even with the Lumberjack, just solely get that rage in there, and they were able to get so much damage and fireball value. Both double Musketeers coming out from Swood and Fetus, but the fireball connection that Ecuador was able to have to take care of those Musketeers on the defensive side was absolutely key, taking down those heavy DPS dealing units and solely letting the Inferno Tower focus onto the Hound, because once that Hound explodes into the pups, the Inferno Tower basically becomes useless. And especially when you have Bats and Baby Dragon pushing up and you have all of that rage and you're able to get those fireball connections onto the Musketeer, that's what really sealed the deal for Ecuador there. They were able to just come through, play phenomenal offense, and really get their spell value to push things through. Let's take a look at the statistics from game one right there. You can see Balloon being played 3 times. Fetus's last card was actually Balloon, so they had double Balloon, but they were never able to get it off, because as soon as Canada went in for that attack, Ecuador was ready to bounce back and get an attack of their own, both having Lava Hound, both having Baby Dragon. Really key placements and timing from Ecuador. So phenomenal performance from Ecuador in game one. It was very close to start, but then that rage value. I see some people talking about the poster in the background. Supercell sent it. Shout out to Supercell. All right, so there are all the stats. Total elixir spent was fairly even. Ecuador spent one more elixir than Canada. And again, Canada was only able to get that freeze off just once, and it actually allowed the balloon to connect to the tower. But other than that one connection, that was really it for Canada. So there we have it, a 1-0 victory. Players are getting their decks ready for game number 2. Ecuador is up 1-0. A victory here will secure the first set and put them in contention to knock Canada out of playoffs. So here we go, game number 2. Reminder, Giant Skeleton and Tornado are going to be banned. You can see them on the right-hand side of your screen. Here comes a Hog Rider on the left-hand side. Going to get slammed down by the Mega Knight. Mega Knight coming down defensively from Ecuador. Mega Knights will just slam down and cross paths there. Brawler's going to come back. Mega Knight's still looking very healthy on this left-hand side. Going to be able to take down the Night Witch. Bats are going to be able to clean up that Brawler. Goblin Barrel going down on the far right-hand side. Log cleans that up. That far placement on the right-hand side with the Barb Barrel, one Goblin is able to survive because the Barb Barrel width is not as big as the logs. So in a placement like that, if you know your opponent has Barb Barrel, they have to play it to the left-hand side or right-hand side, depending on which side you play the Goblin Barrel, and they won't be able to take it. Oh, the Cage was not able to kite the Dark Prince. Dark Prince is going to be able to get a ton of damage on the left-hand side. Poison's going to be coming down, and that's going to be so much. This could potentially be a tower down. Baby Dragon was able to lock onto the Dark Goblin, and there it is. Canada bouncing back. And they're able to get a ton of damage onto the King Tower as well, taking about a quarter of its health away. Mega Knight, Night Witch coming through that right-hand lane. Princess going down in the back. You get a double bait deck from Ecuador. Baby Dragon's going to be able to lock onto the Goblins. Princess going to get some really good value there. Musketeer ends up locking on to the Baby Dragon. Here comes the Royal Giant on the right-hand side. Inferno Tower is going to be coming through. Double barrel coming through, and the log is going to clean that up nicely. Insanely positive elixir trade right there for Team Canada. Mega Knight's going to slam down onto the Princess, going to be able to connect to the tower on the right-hand side as well. Cage distracts the Ewiz momentarily. Mega Knight slamming that down. And it looks like Canada will be able to hold on. Hog Rider's going to try to sneak his way through, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Mega Knight able to connect. Barrel all the way in the back. Arrows going through. The Goblins are actually going to be able to stab a little bit away, but the Inferno Tower caught that Royal Giant at the bridge, and it is going to be GG, well played. We will be going to a game number 3 in set 1. So again, a phenomenal first push from Canada. They were able to exchange Mega Knights and then really get that first push going, and then a crucial misplacement on the Goblin Cage allowed that Dark Prince to just get straight through to the tower and dish out a solid 1,400 damage. Poison came down onto the Rascals. Night Witch died. Bat spawned in. Baby Dragon kited to the right-hand side and actually took down that Dark Goblin, and that just... then the rest was history. The tower was going to end up going down on that push. So that one misplayed Goblin Cage, that misplay of 4 elixir, especially in a mode where you regenerate elixir much slower than normal. I think it's a 30% rate comparative to basic 1v1 gameplay. But let's take a look at the stats for that last game. Here we go. Canada again coming out on top. They had Graveyard and didn't even need to use it. It was just, again, that one Dark Prince connection, the poison value that they were able to get onto the Rascals, and then the insane amount of log value they were able to get on all of Ecuador's Goblin Barrels. So very, very well played. Very well played. Even amount of elixir spent as well. So both spending 122. So we are going to be going to that third and final game for the first set in 2v2. Ecuador came out of the gate strong, but Canada not giving up, bouncing back, taking that second game. So well played. Yeah, Canada, they had Graveyard and didn't even need to use it. Again, it was just that one crucial misplay. I see you guys chatting about the P.E.K.K.A emote. No emote here, unfortunately, for this live stream. This is just no tilt worlds, baby. Here we go, game 3. Goblin coming out from Ecuador. Arrows to respond. Musketeer going down in the back. Baby Dragon is going to lock onto that cage. Baby Dragon back left. Could potentially be Golem from Canada. Dark Prince cycling through in the back. Gonna be able to connect to that thick boy Rascal on the right hand side, left hand side. Here comes Goblin Barrel. Log in cycle. Good communication right there. I believe Swood had arrows in cycle. Comes a Hog Rider on the left hand side, gonna get slammed down by the Mega Knight. Muskie going to the left hand side toward that Mega Knight. Graveyard gonna be coming down on the left. Looks like they're actually sticking with the same deck that they did last time. Defensive Poison coming down from Ecuador. Very minimal amount of damage on that left hand side. A couple skeletons were able to connect. That Muskie is going to get one shot from the tower, so no need to worry about that on the left. Baby Dragon cycling through. Just 3 seconds until a double elixir kicks in. Princess on the right hand side. Gonna slowly chip away at the Baby Dragon. Arrow's gonna be able to go down onto the Princess. Here comes the arrows onto the Night Witch. Goblin Barrel's gonna be connecting on this right hand side. Logged down in time. No residual damage taken. Baby Dragon gets a little bit of a splash on the right. Goblin Cage not played far back this time. Gonna connect that Dark Prince. Mega Knight's gonna slam down. Yep, there it is. Here comes the Hog Rider on the right hand side. Skeletons are gonna be able to take the aggro of the Musketeer. Inferno Tower coming down as well. There's gonna be a pretty decent sized push on the right hand side if Canada wants to go in with the Graveyard. Rascals anticipated it, but a double Baby Dragon's gonna end up coming down on the left hand side. Dark Prince down for the Goblins. Arrow's finally gonna come through, but that Royal Giant's gonna get 3 pop shots on the left hand side. Graveyard going down. Here comes the Log taking care of that Princess. Log gonna come through and take away some of the skeletons from the Graveyard. Dark Goblin's gonna be able to do the rest. Arrows coming through there. Mega Knight slamming down. Not enough elixir to get another Graveyard, but Swood's gonna pull the trigger. Mega Knight played at the bridge. Dark Prince gonna be played as well. Poison coming down defensively. That was almost a big group of skeletons onto the tower. And the Onslaught's going to be coming in. 2 full health Baby Dragons. Royal Giant's going to be coming down. Here comes the second Graveyard on the left-hand side. Freeze is going to be coming through. Royal Giant and Muskie are frozen up. Log's going to be able to roll through here. Dark Prince, Baby Dragons are going to be able to lock onto the tower, and that's going to be it. GG, well played. Canada coming out on top, completing the reverse sweep in the 2v2 set. and they put themselves in a 1-0 situation to potentially secure their spot in No Tilt World playoffs. What a phenomenal performance from Canada. They went back-to-back games, same decks, and they were able to make it work that time. No real misplays from Ecuador. I think they let Canada build a little bit too much of a push-up. That second Mega Knight that came down right at the bridge allowed Canada to just build an onslaught of troops. They had a Dark Prince, they had 2 Baby Dragons, they had a Musketeer, and then they had enough elixir to go in with the Graveyard. Meanwhile, Ecuador is playing a Royal Giant and Musketeer, 10 elixir right in front of the Graveyard to kind of tank the incoming swarm of units and also try to help dish and damage out against that Graveyard, and it just did not work. I think the Mega Knight at the bridge was a little too aggressive. I think they should have just let the push come in gradually and defend that way and let the towers help instead of just slamming the Mega Knight down at the bridge, because at the time I think it was a Night Witch and a Mega Knight that was coming across the bridge from Canada, so there really wasn't any need to throw that Mega Knight there, and that was the real only misplay in the game, and that ended up costing them because Canada was just able to build up so many troops at the bridge and go in for that final kill. We're going to be starting off the 1v1 sets here momentarily. We'll see who's going to be playing in those, but Canada is going to be up 1-0. Let's take a look at that. So there it is, set 1 complete. Swood and Fetus taking down Joseph and Isaac. So that's going to be set 1. In the books. Canada just one more set away from potentially securing their spot. It's going to come down to Mexico versus Venezuela, which is going to be an insane game. So both teams getting ready for that 1v1 set. As we enter 1v1s, there are not going to be any bans as well. So no bans in the 1v1 set, only in 2v2. So if Ecuador is going to be able to pull out this 1v1 set, then we will see a King of the Hill. The couple matches that I've casted, one was a 2-0. It was China over South Korea. And then what was the other one? And then it was Russia versus... No, it was Russia versus South Korea, and then... I can't even remember. But here we go. The 1v1 set is going to be Sweep going up against Bryant. We saw Sweep have a phenomenal performance last game versus Mexico. And man, oh man. If he plays the same way he did in that game versus Mexico, then Canada will surely end up taking this victory. But Brian has some other ideas of his own. He wants to keep his team in this. So who do you guys think? Do you think Canada is going to be able to come out on top? Or do you think Ecuador is going to push it to a King of the Hill? Let me know. So Barbarrel just slowly chipping away. Battle Healer coming down. Ooh, looks like a potential Graveyard deck coming in from Sweep. Baby Dragon's gonna battle it out. No tower help. There we go, Mini P.E.K.K.A coming through to cycle. See, potential graveyard versus graveyard here. Electro Dragon. Sweep probably has Elixir Golem with that Electro Dragon there. E-Drag going to be rolling through. Is the Dark Prince going to be able to connect with the tower? No, the Knight gets out just in front. 60 seconds remaining. Baby Drag. NATO coming through. Oh, Baby Dragon is going to be able to lock on. Didn't end up locking onto the Barbarian. Brian pulling the Graveyard trigger on the left-hand side. E-Dragon's going to focus onto that. Poison going to be coming down on the left-hand side here. And it's going to be Golem coming out from Sweep. 1665 remains on that bottom left-hand tower. Baby Dragon going to come through in the back. Right now, Brian pushing the same exact side as Sweep. Bomb Tower is going to be coming down in the middle. No big spell from Sweep. Going to make things very interesting. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to go on the right-hand side. Musketeer in the back. Bomb Tower Muskie able to chip away at that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Bomb Tower going to be able to shred that Golem apart. Baby Dragon does lock onto the tower. Going to get some decent chip damage on the left-hand side. Brings things pretty close to even here. 1469 on the top left, 1665 on the bottom left. Mini P.E.K.K.A up front to take care of this Knight. Barbarrel is going to be rolling through. Baby Dragon might get a little bit of splash. No, doesn't quite get it. Mini P.E.K.K.A barely gets taken down. Here comes the Electro Dragon. Dark Prince going to be coming through on the left-hand side. The onslaught of units coming in from Sweep. Tornado pulling everything together. E-Drag going to get some pretty decent value onto the defensive units of Brian here. Battle Healer gets the shot off onto the tower. Another Battle Healer coming down in the back left. Baby Dragon going to be able to get a spit damage onto the tower. 15 seconds remaining until triple elixir kicks in. Barbarrel, no graveyard trigger on the right-hand side, though. Just the Barbarrel. Sweep's going to take that damage on the right-hand side. Knight coming down to distract that Battle Healer. Dark Prince going to be coming through, and here comes a Golem Baby Dragon Graveyard on the right-hand side. Battle Healer doing a decent job defending against that Graveyard. Golem gets taken down by the Bomb Tower. So far, Sweep is in the lead in damage. So if it does go to death damage situation, then Sweep will come out on top. Tornado going to kind of pull everything together here. Baby Dragon not able to get the splash damage it needs onto the Knight. Bomb Tower coming down to defend. E-Drag does get a few chip shots onto the tower. Brian's going to have to pull the trigger here, but Sweep's going to pressure too hard on the left-hand side. NATO pulling everything together. Not going to be able to get splash damage onto the tower. Dark Prince gets one connection shot, two connection shots. Baby Dragon gets the spit shot in, and that is going to be GG. Sweep takes the first game in the 1v1 set. And Canada is just one game away from coming out on top and taking down Ecuador, potentially securing their spot in the playoffs. Oh, man. Wow. Very, very well played from Sweep. The Golem pressure, having no big spell in that, pretty much made the Golem useless. But in the offside, it did allow Sweep to build up a lot of units because everything was focused onto the Golem. The Baby Dragon, the Bomb Tower, the Musketeer, everything was so focused onto the Golem that Sweep was able to build up a decent amount of troops and slowly just got chip damage here and there. Sometimes the E-Drag would be able to get and start chaining to the tower. Baby Dragon was able to get some residual splash damage. Dark Prince was able to squeeze through once or twice here and there, and it just slowly built up and slowly got damaged. Same thing with the Battle Healer. Battle Healer was able to get a few shots in on the tower and really shake things up a little bit in that game. So Very, very well played by Sweep. And he puts himself in one game situation from giving the 2-0 victory to Team Canada. And that's exactly what they need going into this final phase of group stage. But let's take a look at a replay here. There we go. So a golem comes down, baby dragon, graveyard coming down on the right hand side. Battle healer, barb barrel, able to slowly take care of the graveyard. Tower was focused onto the baby dragon, and then you see, look at the pressure on the left hand side. Golem, everything's focused onto the golem, that musketeer, the bomb tower. And then Sweep is able to get a mini P.E.K.K.A, Battle Healer, Dark Prince in the back. And then here it comes, a Baby Dragon coming in, Electro Dragon coming in. So even with the Battle Healer on the right-hand side, Tornado's able to pull everything together. Sweep is able to take down 2 Musketeers, a Baby Dragon, and that Knight was getting taken down pretty quickly. And then you see the constant onslaught of damage from Sweep. And you saw that one Electro Dragon bolt just barely connect to the tower and the Musketeer, which made the tower refocus. And Sweep was just able to pile it on and end up taking the victory. So extremely, extremely well played from Sweep toward the end there. In that final 60 seconds, was really able to put the pressure on and did exactly what he needed to do to come out on top and give Team Canada the victory for the first game of the 1-versus-1 set. So Sweep, again, 1 game away from securing the victory for Team Canada, which would definitely knock out Ecuador and put Canada in a very, very good spot to secure that top 2. And it would come down to the match between Mexico and Venezuela, which is going to be following this match. So what do you guys think about that last game? What do you guys think? Let me know in chat. Because I think Sweep played very well there, especially for not having a big spell going up against Bomb Tower with Golem. Very tough. Bomb Tower does a phenomenal job against Golem, and the fact that Sweep was able to do exactly what he needed to do to keep the pressure on was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. So you can see their records on the right-hand side. Sweep currently 7-3 in 1v1 gameplay. Meanwhile, Brian making his first 1v1 debut, dropping that first game. Sweep rocking that same deck. And Brown switching things up to Miner, Wall Breakers, Magic Archer. This deck was 100% the most consistent deck in the last meta. With the Miner nerf, it's going to be interesting to see if the deck is still a viable. Again, if you guys are not familiar with the nerf that happened to Miner, in the previous meta, Miner did 64 damage to the Crown Tower. Now it does 56, so 8 less damage each swing. Miner solely relies on getting chip damage, so the fact that it's 8 damage being taken away per swing does add up quite a bit over time. So it will definitely be interesting to see how that makes this deck fare, but the Wall Breakers are able to connect, and the Valkyrie is going to be able to sneak her way in as well. And Brand playing it like there was no nerf ever to be had. Damage that he was able to get on that push was unbelievable. Sweep gonna have to give up that tower on the right hand side and just go in and try to make something happen. We know Brian does have Bomb Tower, but the question is, what is the spell? Is it arrows? Is it log? Is it barb barrel? Is it snowball? E-Drag going to be coming through. Here come the bats. They will focus onto that Electro Dragon. Tornado is going to kind of pull everything together here. Golem barely able to survive. Battle Healer coming in, and this is a huge push from Sweep on the left-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to be able to aggro one shot onto the Valkyrie. Here comes the Battle Healer and the Dark Prince. Magic Archer trying its best, but double Baby Dragon is going to destroy the tower. Sweep making the comeback that he needed. Double Baby Dragons coming through. Here comes the Mini P.E.K.K.A to aggro onto the wall breakers. Miner's going to get some decent chip damage, but the Baby Dragons focusing onto the King Tower, and Sweep just going to be going for the kill here. 1635 onto the King Tower. Golem being started up in the back. Miner's going to go in the top left-hand corner. E-Drag's going to slowly roll forward and focus its way onto the bats. Battle Healer knocking that Miner a tile back. That exclusive P.E.K.K.A emote on the left-hand side. E-Drag gonna slowly chip away at this bomb tower. Arrows coming down. A second bomb tower coming through, but the Baby Dragon is gonna be able to get some really good splash damage. Battle Healer now locking on it, and this is gonna be a 3-crown victory. Canada does it, and they take down Ecuador and advance to 2-1 in group stages, and it's going to come down to the next matchup of Mexico versus Venezuela. This is going to be an absolutely insane match we're going to have coming up next. You guys are definitely not going to want to miss it. That's going to be starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, so in about 22 minutes. But we're going to recap that last game, and then we're going to hop into a short break, and then we'll be back for that Mexico versus Venezuela match. But in that situation, I mean, Golem decks, heavy decks, they're always going to be more effective in double elixir. So the fact that Sweep was only able to lose one tower and not take any damage on his opposite side tower was absolutely key in that matchup. So he gave up the damage that he needed to on the right-hand side, not quick enough to where Brian could able spell cycle it out because he had arrows in the deck. He doesn't have any other big spells. So we're looking at the deck here. We see Magic Archer used 6 times, Miner used 7 times, Skeletons used 7 times. Brown has no big spell. So Sweep knows that he has to go in and take that tower down with a Miner, with a Valkyrie Bats push, with wall breakers, whatever it may be. So the fact that Sweep is able to hold on and kind of force Brown to get that chip damage over time and not fully be able to take down the tower right away really helps Sweep build that push up on the opposite lane. So Golem definitely was the key in that matchup, getting to double elixir, getting that Golem down on the back, forcing Sweep to go with Valkyrie and Bats on the right hand side, allowed Sweep to really build up a huge push. Golem went down, Electro Dragon went down on the opposite lane to kind of focus on that bomb tower. Baby Dragon was there if Skeletons or Bats ended up coming down onto the Golem. They ended up going onto the E-Drag, but the Baby Dragon was focused on to the Valkyrie that was placed. But then Sweep was just able to go Mini P.E.K.K.A, Dark Prince, Battle Healer, and just slowly built up his massive push, which ended up being a Mini P.E.K.K.A, a Dark Prince, 2 Baby Dragons, and a Battle Healer, all on that left-hand lane. And the only thing Bran had to defend was the Magic Archer. So here are the results for that. Canada coming out on top 2-0, a 2-1 victory in the 2v2 set, a 2-0 victory in the 1 versus 1 sweep, playing out of his mind. So very well played from Team Canada. And you can see all of the Group A results here. So again, we have Canada versus Mexico. That insane match that Sweep was able to pull out came out on top 2-1. And then Ecuador versus Venezuela, 2-1 victory for Venezuela. Mexico was able to take down Ecuador 2-0. Venezuela took down Canada 2-1. And now Canada taking down Ecuador 2-0. And the next matchup is going to be Mexico versus Venezuela. Currently Venezuela 2-0. Currently, Canada is 2-1, only dropping their match to Venezuela. And now it's going to be up to Mexico versus Venezuela. If Mexico is able to come out on top, then it's going to be a 3-way tie, and we'll go to the tiebreaker. And it can't be head-to-head because it's a 3-way tie. So all the teams, Canada beating Mexico, if Mexico were to beat Venezuela, and then Venezuela beat Canada, so they all kind of beat each other, there's no unanimous winner, so it would go to a head-to-head result. So here you have it, the updated standings for Group A, just as we were talking about it. Mexico versus Venezuela, going to be coming up here in just about 20 minutes less. Venezuela sitting at top. If Venezuela is able to come out on top, then it would be Venezuela and Canada advancing to the playoffs. If Mexico does come out, then again, we will have that 3-way tiebreaker, which will be broken down for you guys. So we're going to be hopping into a quick break, and we will be back once the Venezuela versus Mexico match gets underway. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys are back in about 18 minutes, because you guys are not going to want to miss this match. Trust me. This is to decide Group A. Go to the bathroom, grab some water, get your popcorn, because you guys are in for a real treat. All right, welcome back everybody to No Tilt Worlds. We just saw a 2-0 performance from Team Canada over Team Ecuador, and now we're going to be jumping into the final match of Group A, and that is going to be Mexico versus Venezuela. Let's go. All right, so here are the matches that we have seen today and that we'll be seeing for the rest of the day. We had Canada taking down Ecuador. Right now we have Mexico going up against Venezuela. This is going to be the final match of Group A, and then we will be wrapping things up for the night with the United States going up against Colombia. So you guys are not going to want to miss any of these games. If you guys missed the Canada versus Ecuador game, you definitely have to go check that out. That was a phenomenal game. The 2v2 performance from Swood and Fetus was phenomenal. It was a reverse sweep, so they won the first set 2-1, and then Sweep comes in and sweeps that second set, the 1v1 set, 2-0. So it's gonna make things very interesting. We'll see how things play out. If Mexico is able to take down Venezuela, it will be a 3-way tie. Not 100% sure of the tiebreaker. If it is head-to-head, then it is a round-robin performance, and Mexico beat, or Canada beat Mexico, Venezuela beat Canada, and then we'll see what happens here. So here we go, Mexico versus Canada. We're going to be going over the lineups momentarily. But that is the situation we are in. This is a do or die situation for Mexico. So here we go. We have Mexico's roster. It's going to be Diego B, Pompeo, Darklight, and Diego E under Coach Eric. And then for Venezuela, Ender, Pedro, Lich Penta, and Bolivar under the Coach Manu. These are two titans of a teams. So we'll see how this plays out. Swood, what is the tiebreaker? Commentator really knows how to build excitement. Gosh darn right. But I hope you guys are excited for No Tilt. We're going to have Mexico versus Venezuela coming up. I mean, we have Mexico with CRL caliber coming in, and 2v2 is going to be Pompeo and Diego B going up against Ender and Pedro. Pedro, we have seen, unfortunately, he will not be able to play in CRL West due to visa issues, but he is currently trying to get onto a team for CRL East. We'll see how that plays out, but the 2v2 is underway. We have a Lightning and Tornado being banned, and Pedro kicking things off with a big golem in the back. Inferno Tower played low. Gonna kite that golem away. Hog Rider going to be able to get some decent chip shots onto the right-hand side. Lumberjack not able to take it down quick enough. Double hog push from Diego and Pompeo. Sets one, got it. That makes sense. So a 2-0 victory was really, really big for Canada. Brawler gets knocked back by the snowball. Giant Skeleton getting played all the way in the back. Inferno Tower being placed out of poison range. Earthquake going to be coming through there. Giant Skeleton raged up, storming his way to the left-hand side. A giant skeleton to tank for a giant skeleton. Here comes a Hog Rider on the right-hand side. Battle Healer is going to kite those giant skeletons off. Hog's going to go straight for the tower. Muskie getting some decent chip damage on the left-hand side. The freeze going down. Hog is going to be able to take care of that tower on the right-hand side. Giant skeleton getting pulled in by the fisherman. Golems coming down both lanes. Both Pedro and Ender had golems. Earthquake's going to be locking onto that Inferno tower. Baby Dragon's now locked onto the tower as well. Night Witch gonna get taken down there. Log coming through. Mega Minion gets distracted by that Lumberjack. The freeze coming down defensively, and that is going to do it. There's no way Venezuela has enough spell damage to take that right-hand tower down, and Mexico is going to take game number 1. Very well played by Mexico. Really making a statement coming out that way. So it looks like we have some confirmation based on what people are saying in chat that Canada is in. Canada has secured their spot even with a tiebreaker because they won 2-0. So the way it goes, so even if Mexico does end up beating Venezuela here, it is going to be a head-to-head 2-1 across all of them because they all kind of beat each other in a circle. And then the way it's going to work is a set differentiation. So with a 2-0 victory, it looks like Canada did in fact end up making it in, and they will be awaiting the winner of this match. The winner of this match secures their spot in playoffs as well, and it looks like the other team will be eliminated. So Mexico busting out the victory right there. 127 total elixir spent comparative to Venezuela's 123. That double Hog Rider really made a difference there, and a beautiful freeze as well from Pompeo on that last offensive push to allow the Hog to connect to the tower and take it down. Although it was very risky because Pompeo also ended up freezing that golem. So it could have been a very, very sticky situation there for Mexico. But with the Inferno Tower being able to help, only Zap able to retarget it. Basically, Pompeo played the Inferno Tower back far enough where that Electro Dragon was actually rendered useless. And we saw that time and time again. I mean, the Electro Dragon wasn't even played, so... But again, Lightning and Tornado are going to be banned. Fisherman pulling that giant skeleton away. Graveyard going to be coming down on the right-hand side. Defensive poison coming in from Venezuela. Only one skeleton chip shot. And a graveyard coming in from Venezuela and a defensive poison. RNG a little bit more on the side of Venezuela, though they were able to get a little bit more chip damage on the right hand side. Just about 40 seconds remaining until a double elixir Mega Minion's going to go down in the back. Night Witch down from Pompeo. Night Witch from Pedro. Slowly just building up the troops in the back. Giant Skeleton going aggressively at the bridge. Here comes the Graveyard on the right-hand side. It's going to get caught onto those bats and that Musketeer. Log's going to come through and help chip away. Freeze going to be coming down. Skeletons are going to get obliterated on that top-hand side. Skeletons from the Graveyard are going to dish out a little bit of damage, but most of them did end up focusing on that Night Witch. 60 seconds remaining. Double elixir kicking in. Baby Dragons will exchange at the bridge. Inferno Tower coming down. Here comes the Graveyard on the right-hand side. Diego does have poison in cycle if he wants to use it, but they're just going to defend with Double Musketeer and Log, take a little bit of chip damage on that right-hand side. And now here comes the counter push from Mexico. Graveyard's going to go down on the right-hand side. Fisherman's going to pull himself into that Inferno Tower. Giant Skeleton is going to end up going down. Pulls the Musketeer into the Giant Skeleton Bomb. A 400 IQ Fisherman. Baby Dragon's going to come down to defend. The Freeze is going to be coming out. Skeletons are going to be built up on the left-hand side of the tower. Skeletons building up on the backhand side as well. Snowball's going to be coming through. And a poison will do it. Mexico with the 2-0 sweep in 2v2 play. Very, very well played. And that is going to do it for the 2 versus 2. Mexico coming out on top. GG, well played. Wow. What do you guys think of that last game? Graveyard exchanges, both teams saving poisons to defend against the Graveyard, which is kind of what you have to do in a Graveyard matchup. Have that poison ready to go. But in that last situation, Mexico was able to defend with Double Musketeer and Log. There was nothing else that Venezuela had that could support that Graveyard push, and they were just able to come out on top and get that victory. So very, very well played from Mexico in that last game. Puts them up 2-0 in the 2v2, securing that set. So Mexico is just one set away from securing their spot in the playoffs. Who do you guys think is going to be coming out in the 1v1? Let's take a look at the replay of that last situation. So here we go. This is what I'm talking about. When the Graveyard's going to be coming out on this push. We'll see it here momentarily. So basically, to set things up here, the Giant Skeleton's coming down from Venezuela. They're getting ready to cycle through to a Graveyard, and Pompeo and Diego actually end up going with a Double Musketeer. So we're going to see the push happen here. So here comes the Mega Minion at the bridge as well to take care of the Baby Dragon. There's a Graveyard. One Musketeer goes down behind the King Tower. Diego plays his Musketeer up really high to avoid any sort of spell damage between the 2 Musketeers and onto the Inferno Tower. So a Log Double Musketeer able to defend against the Graveyard. And watch this Fisherman. This Fisherman is absolutely key. So the Inferno Tower gets taken down. The Fisherman pulls the Musketeer into the Giant Skeleton Bomb, taking down that Musketeer and allowing a Musketeer connection, one shot, and the Fisherman's going to be able to lock onto the tower, and we see the Baby Dragon's going to be coming down. Free's going to be coming down, allowing the Skeletons to build up and get a ton of value. That was the key moment of the game. The Fisherman pulling the Musketeer into the Giant Skeleton Bomb, rendering Venezuela's defense useless. Phenomenal performance from Mexico. A very heads-up play to not use the poison onto the Graveyard defensively. End up going with 2 Musketeers and a Log instead of just using that poison to defend against Graveyard, which is typically what you would do in that situation. So again, a very, very heads-up play for Mexico. They were able to come out on top and secure the victory in the 2 versus 2 set. So now we're going to be jumping into 1 versus 1. Who do you guys think is going to be coming out from Mexico? Is it going to be Diego E, a CCS top performer, as well as he has played in CRL? So we'll see if Diego E is going to be coming out for Mexico to kind of close things up, to potentially close things up against the currently undefeated Venezuelan team. And I think we're going to be seeing Diego E versus Lich Penta. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the chat. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to be coming out in the 1v1? Let's see. What do you guys got? I've been waiting for it. That Pekka emote, follow content creators like Koji and Manu and me. But first, here we go. So this is the recap of the set. 2-0, Diego B and Pompeo going up against Ender and Pedro. A CCS matchup. Yes, Matt. Yes. The quality of the stream is 1080p. CWA in the chat. What's up, Ash? You agree with the 1v1 prediction? Yeah, I think it's going to be Diego E versus Lich Penta. And it's going to be Darklight versus Lich Penta. Okay, okay. I can see it. I can see it. I like it. Darklight has been a phenomenal player. He's played in Gamestry. He's played in Brent Chong Cup. He's had some phenomenal performances. And then Lich Penta being one of the most anticipated players to join Sierra West, but unfortunately was not able to due to visa issues. So we're going to be seeing what's going to happen here in this 1-versus-1 set. Mexico just one set away from securing their spot in playoffs. P.E.K.K.A coming down aggressively at the bridge. And a cannon cart coming out from Darklight. Cannon cart recently getting a buff, going from 167 damage to 175. The E-Wiz coming down to aggro the miner, and the cannon cart is going to be able to survive. Here comes an ice golem in front of that. Bar barrel going to be able to de-wheel the cannon cart. So no push right there from Darklight, and a great bandit kite onto that mega minion. Bar barrel coming down from Darklight. Baby Dragon coming through. Very interesting deck from Lich. It's like a minor P.E.K.K.A. I'm assuming the last card is Poison. Miner's going to go onto the Furnace in the back. Mega Minion not able to chip away at the Baby Dragon fast enough, but the Baby Dragon will get taken down. Mega Minion is low enough that it won't get a shot on tower. Will it from that angle? I don't think it would have got a shot on tower from that angle. Great timing on the Ice Golem so that Bandit doesn't charge and lock. Barb Barrel coming through on the right hand side. Gonna get chipped away. Barb does get a shot on the tower still. Here we go. Miner going in onto the Furnace on the backhand side. Ice Golem coming down to tank that P.E.K.K.A shot. Cannon cart still healthy, but the Baby Dragon Splash is going to be able to take that down. Darklight, Graveyard, Poison should be the last two cards. Bandit is going to be able to lock onto that cannon cart on the right hand side. Look at that health. Barely any health. Cannon cart will get taken down before it even crosses the river. P.E.K.K.A is going to come down, get one shot onto the cannon cart. Comes that Ice Golem. Poison placed down to chip away at the Furnace. Miner going straight onto the E-Wiz. Does Darklight have Ice Golem back in cycle? No, he's going to let that cannon cart finish it off, and here comes an Ice Golem Graveyard push. Poison's going to be coming down. I think Lich anticipated a Graveyard not coming down because he didn't play anything in the backhand side. But here comes the cannon cart Graveyard push. Now the Miner's going to come in to aggro the cannon cart. Baby Dragon and Bandit will take care of the Graveyard Goblins on the backhand side as well. Bandit charging through around the Graveyard. Poison's going to be coming down here. A double Baby Dragon push. Bandit dashes onto the Ice Golem. Here comes a Miner on the backhand side of the tower. Nothing to contest the Miner. Cannon Cart is going to get played right there. Baby Dragon's going to focus onto the Cannon Cart. Get a few chip shots in on there. Baby Dragon's going to be able to take care of that Furnace on the left-hand side. P.E.K.K.A coming down. Darklight really doesn't have anything to deal with that P.E.K.K.A. Mega Minion, E-Wiz, all poisonable though. Oh, that Ice Golem took a shot from the P.E.K.K.A already. Bandit's going to dash across the river onto the Cannon Cart. And that Cannon Cart just gets absolutely obliterated. We're going to have to see what happens. If Darklight is able to pull off a Graveyard, this could make things very, very interesting. Poison's going to come down on the right-hand side. Bandit is going to be able to dash across the river onto the E-Wiz. Mega Minion there. E-Wiz is going to be able to stay alive. Cannon Cart with barely any HP. Here comes a second Cannon Cart down. Barbaro's going to be coming through, knock the Cannon Cart off. Cannon Cart locked on by the P.E.K.K.A. Goblins are going to be coming down on the right-hand side. Here comes the Ice Golem. Graveyard's going to be building up onto the tower. E-Wiz coming in to help defend against the Graveyard, and not enough damage was dealt. A double Mega Minion onslaught coming through. Cannon Cart going to try to push his way through. Bandit is going to be able to come down. Miner goes onto the tower, and that is going to be game for Lich Penta. A beautiful, beautiful defense. Consistently taking down the Cannon Carts. Perfect Bandit placements to dash onto the Cannon Carts, dash onto the E-Wiz, and not letting Darklight being able to build up a solid enough push to break through with that Graveyard. So a phenomenal, phenomenal performance on defense from Lich. Very well played, guys. If you want to know how to defend Graveyard, you need to take notes of that game. That was absolutely beautiful defense. In all Lich had to defend Graveyard, he was using his poisons offensively. He was using that Miner control offensively. And the only thing he really had to defend against the Graveyard was Bandit, Baby Dragon, and Goblins. But he didn't let Darklight get a solid Graveyard push off. He stopped everything at the bridge with the P.E.K.K.A. He didn't go aggressive with the P.E.K.K.A. He waited until Darklight went aggressive on the offensive side, and the P.E.K.K.A. was just there to clean everything up. All of the supporting units in that Graveyard deck was Cannon Cart, Electro Wizard, and being able to get the P.E.K.K.A. in and taking those down was absolutely key. And sometimes Lich didn't even use the Bandit on defense against the Graveyard. He used it on defense at the river to dash onto the E-Wiz, to dash onto the Cannon Cart, and let the P.E.K.K.A. take care of that Ice Golem. Or if he had the Cannon Cart, then the Bandit was going to be able to dash onto that E-Wiz. Let's take a look at the stats of that last game. And this is going to be a Darklight did spend more elixir, but you can see Lich playing that P.E.K.K.A. 7 times. That is insane. And then the Bandit coming down 10 times. So many Bandit plays, and we saw how effective that Bandit was, both offensively and defensively, applying pressure. There was consistent amount of times that Bandit was dashing onto the Cannon Cart, onto the Ice Golem, onto the E-Wiz, on that offensive onslaught. That was just crazy. It was insane. Very well played from Lich. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, we saw Mexico a 2-0 sweep in the 2v2 set, and now we're coming out in the 1v1 set, Lich with the lead. This guy's name is commentating. I like him. I want to follow him. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you guys don't know who I am Full Frontage. You can check me out on all social medias at Full Frontage. I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the commentary. I've been watching No Tilt, and I got to give props to Manu and Koji-san and the whole admin team, the whole No Tilt team. It was like the show that they've put on thus far is absolutely unbelievable. Big props to them. Looks like we could potentially be seeing a Graveyard or Elixir Golem deck from Lich coming out in this possible final game of the 1v1 set. With Ewiz, I'm leaning toward Graveyard. Darklight potentially rocking Lava Hound. Ice Golem could be Balloon. Poison coming down onto the Musketeer. This is going to slowly chip away at that Muskie, going to get taken down in the poison, but Musketeer gets a lot of chip damage onto that Night Witch. Going to get taken down there. Yep, there's the Balloon coming out on the right-hand side. Bomb Tower. Is the Balloon going to be able to connect with that Rage? He was coming through. Oh, he was coming in clutch. Ice Golem going to be able to kite that Battle Healer away, but now that Ewiz and Barbarian are going to be able to lock onto the tower and dish out a decent amount of damage. A beautiful snowball right there, right in the middle of the Barbarian Ewiz. And we are heading into a double elixir. Night Witch coming down with the Battle Healer on the left-hand side. Graveyard's going to be coming through. The trigger has been pulled. Lumberjack and Musketeer to defend. A beautiful poison stretching right onto that Musketeer. Night Witch is going to be able to get a chip shot onto the tower. Bats able to get a little bit of chip damage as well. What a beautiful, beautiful poison from Lich on that Graveyard. Battle Healer. He was coming through on the right-hand side. Both towers are like 400 damage apart, so it doesn't really matter which side he pushes. It's actually better for him to push. I feel like it'd be better for him to push the lane of his towers that has more health, because you don't want to counter push with the Balloon. But if Lich is able to just build up a ton of pressure, there's not going to be a counter push. But we're seeing right here, Lumberjack going to go down. Ewiz coming through. A double raged Balloon. Is it going to be able to connect to the tower? No, it doesn't. The death damage from the bomb tower was just barely able to take that down. The Balloon was getting ready to get the drop on. Oh my goodness, so close. That was like milliseconds away. Lumberjack Balloon coming through yet again. No big spell from Darklight. Snowball's going to knock that Ewiz back. That is going to be crucial. Barbarrel is going to be able to roll through. Baby Dragon able to take down that Loon. Graveyard should be coming through here, but Lich is going to play patiently. He doesn't want to allow Darklight to get any chance of a counter push. I think that was really smart. Most players would typically go in with the Graveyard in that situation with the over half health Baby Dragon coming through. But I think that was really smart with triple elixir kicking in. Lich just played patiently, got a Night Witch rolling through in the back, and was able to just build up some pressure. See Ice Golem. We might see a Lumberjack Loon push coming through. No, there's too much at the bridge. He's not going to do it. Lumberjack now coming through. Oh, Ice Golem actually pushed that Musketeer back into the poison. Snowball's going to be coming down here. That Battle Healer getting a beautiful amount of damage onto that Musketeer, and this is going to be the push that's going to seal the deal, and we are going to King of the Hill. Lich Penta clutches it up for Venezuela in the 1v1. They are not ready to go home. They are going to fight until the end, and we're going to be seeing King of the Hill coming up momentarily. But wow, phenomenal games right there from Lich. He played that absolutely perfect. He did not go too aggressive. There were situations where I said he could go in here, and he didn't end up doing that, and that was exactly what separates semi-pros from pros, is in those situations. Most times in that situation, like I said, the Graveyard's going to get pulled with a over half health Baby Dragon. The Graveyard's going to get pulled when you have a Night Witch Battle Healer right at the bridge. But I think that's exactly what Darklight was anticipating, and Lich just played so passively. He had the damage lead. He knew that Darklight did not have a big spell, so he knew if it came down to that spell cycle situation where he needed to just get a few extra 100 damage, getting that poison down, as long as he was able to defend and keep the Balloon off of his tower, then that was the key situation. There were time and time again where that Balloon was so close to connecting, Bar Barrel came in a little too late, wasn't able to distract one of the bolts from the E-Wiz. Baby Dragon, when the Bar Barrel did get there in time, Lich knew he had to play the Baby Dragon to help defend against that balloon. So many situations where Lich knew exactly what he needed to do and played the units in the correct spots. That was absolutely phenomenal gameplay. Looking good. I lost a few pounds. I'm down like 30 since the last time you saw me. Why didn't he go Loon opposite lane? He wasted Baby Dragon and US. So in that situation, where Lich was just able to keep so much pressure up in the lane that was already weak, if he had gone opposite lane, he would have troops coming in on the right hand side, because Lich's deck cycles so fast. And when Night Witch goes down in the back, especially in a double elixir or triple elixir situation, Bomb Tower is just so healthy that even if he did go Lumberjack Balloon opposite lane, then Darklight would have had to defend 2 lanes coming at him, because he had the Night Witch already going down the right hand lane. So then if Darklight goes Lumberjack Balloon on the left hand side, Lich just needs to play that Bomb Tower in the middle and then go Battle Healer on the right hand side, and then he's able to go Ice Golem Graveyard on the left hand side, and now it's a double lane pressure, and Darklight does really not have, he doesn't have a poison to defend against the Graveyard, so he has to spend that Musketeer in making sure that there's not a ton of damage being dealt on that left hand side. So in that situation, it just becomes very difficult to defend that split lane push. But let's take a look at that 1v1 set. Lich Penta coming out on top. So just very well played. So in that situation, in that matchup specifically, Darklight did play that correctly in not going opposite lane. But here we go for King of the Hill. It's going to be Pompeo, Diego E, and Diego B going up against Bolivar, X Pedro, and Ender Chi. This is going to be an absolutely insane match. King of the Hill coming down to the wire. Here we go. Pompeo versus Bolivar to kick things off. Poison going down onto the Musketeer. Pompeo rocking a giant mini P.E.K.K.A right now. Graveyard going to be coming down on the right hand side. Battle Healer. Bolivar rocking Graveyard of his own. It looks like he's rocking the same deck that Lich did, and a ton of Graveyard damage on the right hand side. Jeez. What a phenomenal push to kick things off. Bats are going to be able to defend against this Graveyard on the right-hand side, while the mini P.E.K.K.A is just distracting that Baby Dragon. So well played from Pompeo. Muskie's going to get a few good chip shots onto that Night Witch. Giant going down in the back. I am very surprised to see no Lich, because he didn't play in the 2v2. It was Pedro and Ender. very surprising to see, but a double battle healer coming down this right-hand lane with the Ewiz to support. Double Ewiz, double battle healer. Oh, man. Giant was not able to kite the battle healer. There's going to be a tower down on the right-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A able to take down that first Ewiz, but it's going to get taken down by the Baby Dragon and that Bar Barrel. Pompeo does not have a big spell. It's just arrows and Snowball. Graveyard's going to be coming down on that left-hand side. Look at the King Tower, though. Battle Healer, Barb, Night Witch, double Baby Dragon. Oh, my goodness. One Baby Dragon's gone. And that is going to be it. Pompeo had an absolute dominance in the first half of the game. But the miskited Giant was devastating. Oh, man. Wow. That was nuts. The miskite Giant and Bolivar was just able to push through a double battle healer, double Ewiz. Pompeo just did not have the cards to stop it. He had the skeleton army, which would have been a very good counter to it, but he played it so close to the bridge that Bolivar was just able to drop a second Ewiz and take out a big chunk of those skeletons. Let's take again a look at the lineup. For King of the Hill, Pompeo was just eliminated. So it's going to be Bolivar going up next against Diego E. So here we go, going to be jumping into game number 2 of King of the Hill. Here we go, Graveyard coming out on the left-hand side. Defended very well by the Goblins and Baby Dragon. P.E.K.K.A going down in the back, so it looks like, again, a deck we saw from Lich in the first game of the 1v1 set, this P.E.K.K.A minor control. Meanwhile, Diego E rocking Cannon Cart, Furnace, Graveyard. Poison going to be coming down. Miner's going to go straight for the Cannon Cart. He was placed far back, but it's going to walk right into the Poison. Bandit going to be able to get a dash onto the Cannon Cart, and now going to be able to get a little bit of chip damage onto the tower. Mega Minion gets kited away onto that Barbarian. Ice Golem coming down, getting that he was in range of the tower. Bandit's going to be able to get a dash onto the Ice Golem. Cannon Cart coming in from Diego E. Furnace coming down, not pulling the trigger on the Graveyard. Last time we saw this matchup, it was in favor of P.E.K.K.A minor control. The thing about Diego's deck is he does not really have anything to combat that P.E.K.K.A. He has Cannon Cart, which does an okay amount of DPS. He has the Mega Minion, which does an okay amount of DPS. But the thing is, the P.E.K.K.A can just steamroll through everything at the bridge. Ice Golem, Cannon Cart, Ewiz completely takes all of the support for Graveyard out of the equation. So if Bolivar is able to get enough P.E.K.K.As down, I mean, I think we saw in this matchup prior, Lich had played P.E.K.K.A 7 times. So P.E.K.K.A just needs to consistently be on the arena, taking things down, not allowing the Graveyard to get a big amount of damage. And so far, it's not going in favor of Bolivar. The Skeletons are able to connect a little bit here and there, getting much more chip damage than Bolivar wants to take. Miner's going to go through on the backhand side. He's going to be able to take a couple Fire Spirits. Barbaro coming through. P.E.K.K.A. Oh, that P.E.K.K.A. almost got a shot, but the fact that Diego E had to put a Panic Furnace down means that Bolivar is in a good situation, yet he's only ahead by 1 elixir. See the P.E.K.K.A. coming down here. Bandit's going to be able to dash onto the cannon cart. Cannon cart still mobile with a sliver of HP. Poison's going to be coming down, taking care of the cannon cart, and Baby Dragon's going to keep that E-Wiz in the poison as well, so it's going to get taken down. Bolivar pulls ahead in damage lead. Diego E slowly trying to catch up with that P.E.K.K.A. going down in the back. We might see a defensive build-up and then a very aggressive push coming in from Diego E. Another poison coming down. Going to slowly chip away at that cannon cart. Barbaro's going to come through. Gets obliterated by the P.E.K.K.A. so the cannon cart still gets demobilized. E-Wiz placed. Here comes an Ice Golem. Possibly. Nope. Just going to go in with the Graveyard. Baby Dragon is onto the Graveyard. Poison's going to be coming down. Goblins are going to be able to defend against that. Barbaro distracting that P.E.K.K.A. just a little bit longer. Cannon cart placed at the bridge. Miner's going to go through on the backhand side. Is the cannon cart going to be able to break through everything and lock onto the tower? E-Wiz goes down in the back. It's not going to be able to retarget the Miner. Graveyard's going to be coming down for a last-second ditch effort, but it's not going to be enough. And Bolivar is up 2-0 in King of the Hill, taking down Pompeo and now Diego E. So well played by him up until this point. Oh man, phenomenal performance. Diego played that. The thing is, like, Diego didn't play that poorly at all. He was doing things correctly, but he just wasn't able to break through. That P.E.K.K.A. is so key in that matchup. We saw it time and time again in those final minutes when overtime kicked in. P.E.K.K.A. just at the bridge, taking down the cannon cart, taking down the E-Wiz, taking down the Ice Golem. Nothing was able to break through at that time. But here we go, looking at the results up until this point. Diego E and Pompeo eliminated for Mexico. It is do or die for Diego B. Goblins coming down to defend against a Miner. Wallbreaker's going to get taken down by the Goblins. Magic Archer, it looks like a potential mirror matchup here. Miner's going to go through on the left-hand side with the bats. Minion's going to be coming down, so I think the only difference might be minions to bats and Snowball to zap. Wallbreakers down on the left-hand lane. Miner Bats going to be coming through. Mini P.E.K.K.A. going in the backhand side. Bats are going to be able to get a decent amount of chip damage onto those minions. Snowball knocking that back. Wallbreakers are going to be able to connect on the right-hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A. doesn't get a shot off. So with the Wallbreakers connection on the right-hand side, Bolivar is up. Zap will take the Wallbreakers out of the equation. Bats get distracted by the minions. Goblins kiting that mini P.E.K.K.A. back. Here we go, 60 seconds remaining. Double elixir kicking in. Mega Knight's gonna jump on to the Magic Archer. Oh, the zap onto the bats. That was key. Miner was able to get a little bit more damage. Miner Wallbreakers coming through on the left-hand side. Ewiz gonna be able to take down the wall breakers. Bolivar with matchup here. Miner wall breakers coming through on the right hand side. Bomb tower played aggressively. Miner's gonna go straight to the front. Magic Archer is gonna be able to get a lot of chip damage there. 4 shots, 5 shots through. But now a Mega Knight mini P.E.K.K.A push on the left hand side. Valkyrie's gonna kite this. Magic Archer snowball getting insane value. Mini P.E.K.K.A gets taken down from the tower in the opposite lane. Wall breakers get obliterated by the Mega Knight. Magic Archer not close enough to get chip damage. "27 seconds remaining before triple elixir. Under 800 health left on Bolivar's tower. Can Diego B make it happen? Goblins are able to predict the miner. Magic Archer getting beautiful chip shots. Able to take down the Ewers. Here comes the wall breakers up front. Mega Knight slams down. Diego B could go Valkyrie up front. Miner minions on the right hand side. Goblins to join. Bats are going to go on the right hand side. Is Zap going to come through? There's the Zap. Snowball's going to be coming through, knocking everything back. Double Magic Archer in the back. Miner wall breakers push. Miner goes right onto the mini P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight is going to be able to connect. Both Magic Archers not able to get chip damage onto the tower. Bats are going to come through. Mega Knight ends up going to the Valkyrie on the left hand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A getting kited away onto the Goblins. Magic Archer down at wall breakers to defend against the Miner. Very interesting, but look at the minions on the right-hand side. One minion is going to be able to connect. The minions are onto the tower. 469 remains on that left-hand side. Miner going to have to go in here. Oh, the Magic Archer chip shot. The Magic Archer, another one. 2 more. Diego B brings it down to 114. Valkyrie, bomb tower, Miner to defend. He was on the left-hand side. Diego B clutches it up. The Magic Archer value from that Ewiz onto the tower. Oh my goodness. We saw how deadly that Magic Archer can be. Oh man. The geometry with that Magic Archer. Diego B keeping Mexico alive. Diego B is Mexico's only hope to make playoffs at this point. Wow. Okay, we're just jumping right back into it. Okay, so here we go. Diego B going up against Pedro. So Diego B looks like he potentially has the Mega Knight deck. Muskie is going to be able to get a few chip shots. Mega Knight slamming down. Mega Knight's going to get kited away by the bomb tower. Miner goes through on the backside. Bomb tower. Oh, that snowball. Snowball skeletons coming in clutch. Muskie, you're going to be able to get 1, 2, third shot in. Wow. So it's not Mega Knight from Diego. It's going to end up being Balloon. With that Mega Knight going down, Diego opts to not apply pressure with the Balloon. Musketeers coming down at the same time. Oh, the miner did not aggro. Diego tried to play a defensive miner against Pedro's miner onto the Musketeer, but the Musketeer ended up taking the aggro of the miner from Pedro. It was a very heads-up play from Diego, which just didn't work. I think the tile spacing was off. I think the miner ended up being closer because of the way it spawned in. But nonetheless, a phenomenal try from Diego right there to try to kite that miner. Mega Knight ends up locking on to the Ice Golem. Snowball Skeletons take care of the wall breakers on the right-hand lane. Diego up by just 100 HP. Miner's going to go through on the top left-hand corner. Does take the aggro. Nothing to knock this balloon back. The balloon gets zapped, but it gets the connection. The death bomb's going to roll through 119 HP. Diego has to stop this push on the left-hand side, and then a miner snowball will be able to take care of the game. There's a snowball to knock that back. Diego B clutching it up. Takes down Bolivar. Takes down Pedro. And there's just Ender G standing in his way from pushing Mexico to the finals. Or to the playoffs, I should say. Wow. Phenomenal performance from Diego B thus far. That first game was so close. Magic Archer was able to bust through, get Diego the damage lead, and then in that last game, just phenomenal defense. Snowball Skeletons always to defend against the wall breakers. He had Ice Golem to kite. The Musketeer was getting heavy DPS onto that Mega Knight. And here we go. This is the path we see for set 3. It is tied up 2-2 for King of the Hill. This one is going all the way. So we are just going to be going back to back. Right after this match, we'll probably take like a minute or two break, and then we'll jump in to US versus Colombia. Man, oh man, the games up until this point have been absolutely unreal. This is it. Do or die. Is it going to be Mexico making playoffs? Is it going to be Venezuela making playoffs? Baby Dragon is going to be able to get residual splash damage onto the tower here. Diego B might have Royal Giant. Royal Giant or Golem? The Furnace is throwing me off a little bit. It's Royal Giant, okay. And then I think Ender has Cannon Cart Graveyard. So Royal Giant raged up. It's going to be able to get quite a bit of damage. Look at that, 1252. Magic Archer does get some decent chip shots on the right-hand side. This matchup is so hard for Ender because I don't think he has a defense. Royal Giant coming through here. There's the Cannon Cart. Royal Giant, 2 shots. Only 2 shots getting through there. Baby Dragon down on the right-hand side. He was going to be coming through this cannon cart. Oh, the lumberjack comes down just in time. Double Mega Minion on the left-hand side. Cannon cart gets demobilized. Lightning coming through. Just 2 more lightnings from Diego. And he will complete the reverse sweep. Bandit gets a connection on the left-hand side. Lightning coming through. It's a Ram Rider. Very interesting. Bandit does get the dash onto the furnace. Cannon cart gets stopped by the lumberjack battle healer. Not able to tank long enough. Mega Minion takes that cannon cart down. Bandit's going to be able to get a dash onto the tower. No, Ewis comes down. Could be seeing a lightning here from Diego. Just to slowly wrap things up. The thing is, Diego can play defensively and still win this game based on tiebreaker. He was placed. Here comes the cannon cart. Royal Giant coming in, and this is going to be it. Ram Rider coming in. The cannon cart has been derailed. Fireball's going to come through, but Royal Giant gets 1 shot. Gets the 2nd shot. Diego B completes the reverse sweep. Phenomenal performance from the Team Liquid player. And Diego sends Mexico to join Canada in the playoffs. Wow. That is absolutely insane. We can take a look at the standings here. Let's do this. Let's go to... Someone said it was set differentiation, so let's go to Stats Royale. And check out Group A. Is it Mexico and Canada? So Mexico was +2, so they're going to be 2. And so Canada had 2 sets. After the victory. After the victory. So this was the sets for tonight. So Mexico won the first set 2-0. Venezuela won the first set 2-0. And then, okay, so here we go. So Canada +1 set 1-0. Venezuela +1 set 1-0. Mexico +1 set 1-1. Venezuela +2 sets 2-0. Okay, that went too fast. So here we go. So it's tied right now. Mexico, Canada, and Venezuela. I believe this is the final standings. So if it's set differentiation, Both +2 on sets, and Venezuela's +1. Venezuela, yes, because they lost 2. So, okay, so Canada's +2, Mexico's +2, and Venezuela's +1. So it's Mexico and Canada coming out of Group A. That is correct. So we're going to take a little bit of a quick break before we jump into United States versus Colombia. Get your drinks, head to the bathroom, grab some popcorn, do whatever you got to do, because your guys are not going to want to miss this next match. USA versus Colombia coming up. All right, guys, welcome back to No Tilt Worlds. We have seen some phenomenal games thus far. Big congratulations to Canada and Mexico on their victories tonight. And next up, for the final game of the night, we have the United States going up against Colombia. You guys are not going to want to miss this game, so make sure you guys stick around and stay tuned for some No Tilt action. Here we go. So just to recap the results for you guys up until this point, Canada with the 2-0 victory over Ecuador. Mexico just narrowly taking down Venezuela with a reverse sweep from Diego B. And next up, we have United States going up against Colombia. This is going to be a phenomenal game thus far. Very excited to see what these teams have in store for us. The United States currently 1-1 and Colombia currently 2-0. So we will be seeing how this Group C will play out. Peru and the Dominican Republic will be playing tomorrow night. That match will be casted on this channel, so make sure you guys stick around for that if you guys want to see how Group C wraps up. But first, we got to figure out what the first half of this group stage will look like. Is it going to be a three-way tie at 1 and 2, or is it going to be a solidified 2-1 lead for one of these remaining teams? We're going to have to find out. Let me know who you guys are rooting for in the chat. But for tonight, we have God RF, Bag, Air Surfer, and oh yeah, coming out for the United States, led by Chi-Town Gino. And then on Colombia side, we have Codigo, Victor Canelo, and Makalili, led by Kevin Escobar. So some phenomenal matchups to this point. Colombia currently 2-0 with a 4-set positive lead. And then United States and Peru currently tied at 1-1 at 0 sets apiece. A 2-0 victory for the United States would be huge in terms of them making it to the playoffs. So this is going to be intense. It is definitely going to be a crucial match here for the U.S. It would be very interesting to see what a three-way tie at 1 and 2 would look like, but anything can happen up until this point. So for the 2v2, we're rocking the former Immortals combo of Oh Yeah and God RF. And then from Colombia, we'll be seeing Codigo and Victor. So these will be the 2v2 for the last match of the night. Here we go. We're going to be jumping into gameplay here momentarily. Again, United States sitting at a 1-1 record, and Colombia sitting at a 2-0 record. players just finalizing their decks. 2v2 does have bans as well, so we'll be seeing what the bans are momentarily, and those bans will not be playable. If you guys are just watching No Tilt for the first time, it is 2v2 to kick things off in a best of 3, and then we'll jump to a 1v1 best of 3, and if it's tied at 1-1 apiece, then we'll head to a final set of King of the Hill, where each team will send out 3 players. And in 1v1 gameplay, there is no bans. Only bans are in 2v2. All right, so these guys are just finalizing their decks, and then we will get things started here. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast thus far. We've seen some amazing games. We just saw a huge clutch performance from Diego B, coming out and reverse sweeping Venezuela. That was absolutely insane. That first game, Magic Archer getting some insane chip damage. Second game, a very well played game from Diego B. And then third, he had matchup and was just able to close it out and come in clutch for Mexico, securing their spot in the playoffs. You have 135 emotes. How many emotes do you guys have? Let me know in chat. While we're waiting for these games to start. I have 142, I believe. It's the highest trophies I've gotten. The highest trophies I've gotten was 65-28, which was last season. You have all the emotes? I'm jealous. Here we go. Game number 1 coming up. Giant Skeleton ban and Tornado ban. Alright, so Battle Healer coming out there. Goblin Cage. Poison going to be coming down, just barely chips away at that Muskie. Balloon coming in with the Lumberjack. Freeze. Holds that Balloon off. Fireball Zap able to take down the Musketeer. Balloon might be able to get a chip shot onto the tower. Snowball's going to knock it back, though. Huge defense from RF and O, yeah. Minor balloon push coming through. Bomb tower is able to kite the balloon. Bats take down the mega minion. Balloon's gonna get taken down here. No death damage onto tower. Battle Healer gets one shot onto the Muskie. Mega Knight coming down on the right hand side. This is going to be a solid graveyard push here as we head into double elixir. Are they going to pull the trigger? Poison's going to come down, barely chipping away at that Musketeer. They just let that go. Log's going to come through, take care of the Dark Goblin. Poison, or Bomb Tower, excuse me, coming down to kite the balloon. Zap's going to roll through. Is the balloon going to be able to get a connection? No, it gets taken down just in time. Night Witch going to the left-hand side. Mega Knight slamming down onto the Battle Healer. Graveyard going to be coming out. Here we go. Oh yeah, it does have enough to go with the freeze if they do so. Here it is. Bats are going to get taken down. Skeletons are going to be able to get a little bit of chip damage. Raged up tower, the zap comes in, doesn't allow the Mega Minion to connect. A beautiful log coming in. Allows that Muskie to get one pop shot onto the tower. Bomb tower will be able to kite this balloon. Graveyard trigger has been pulled. Mega Knight slamming down at the bridge. Poison's going to come down offensively here. Skeletons, ton were built up in front, but they all get taken down by the log. Brawler's going to get taken down. Here comes a fireball onto the double battle healer. Log's going to be coming in. A second graveyard's going to be coming through, and it looks like this could be it. Snowball's going to be able to lock onto the bats. Miner comes down defensively, and that is going to be it. RF, and oh yeah, take that first game over Colombia in the 2v2. GG, well played. So they take that first game dominantly. Very well played right there. Again, the difference in that game was that the bomb tower is just so useful against that balloon, and RF and Oyad were just able to get consistent defenses against the balloon. Death damage rarely being an issue. Miner, they were able to catch it and get some really good counter pushes. They were able to play battle healers to catch miners. They were able to play night witches to catch miners, and they were able to go in strong offensively. In that last push, they were able to get a second battle healer down, and that's what really sealed the deal in that situation. The graveyard coming in, double graveyard. First graveyard came down. I don't think Colombia knew that they had a second graveyard in their pocket. I think the first graveyard just came out and they went all in on the defense on that, and then the second graveyard came out and they were able to just push the ball over the edge there and take the win. Here are the stats from that first game. USA spent 5 less elixir, but were able to come out on top. You see RF only playing that graveyard once, and that was the graveyard to seal the deal. Graveyard twice from oh yeah, the freeze coming in twice. They were able to get some really good freeze value. The first was a defensive freeze value, and then the second was an offensive freeze value, where they were able to get a lot of chip damage and really force defense out of Colombia. The log had to come out. The log was only played once, and it was when that freeze came down. The Dark Goblin was played 4 times, and it had to come out when that freeze came down. So a lot of the defense that Colombia spent was when that second graveyard freeze came out, and they were able to push it over the edge there. You see 5, even at 5 leaked elixir in a 2v2, which happens to be a lot, then I mean, the fact that they were able to get that far ahead, spending less elixir, leaking more elixir, really put them in a dominant spot for that first game. So they got the lead 1-0, and we'll be heading into game 2 momentarily. So game 2 going to be coming up here shortly. Just finalizing their decks. So what do you guys think of that first game? And what do you get? And do you guys think so we've seen a couple 2v2s tonight where I think it was the first game with Canada and Ecuador. Canada played the same 2v2 deck twice to get the reverse sweep in 2v2. There's currently no emote for watching. No. I personally am giving away emotes on my channels, as well as Koji and Manu from the Spanish broadcast. Poison's going to be coming down there. He was placed outside of the poison, but ends up walking into it. If you guys came here for emotes, you guys should be staying for the gameplay, because this is top tier gameplay. These are the best players from the United States and the best players from Colombia battling it out on the NTWorlds stage right now.
Let's go.
Goblin Barrel's going to be coming through on the left-hand side. Battle Healer coming in. Skeleton's able to aggro that Goblin on the back. Muskie took care of the one on the inside. Poison coming down. It's going to slowly chip away at that Musketeer and Night Witch. Mega Knight's going to be able to lock onto the tower. No, the Mega Knight came down from Colombia just in time. Law going to be knocking away at those goblins. Battle Healer, he was... Rascal's going down on the back. Mega Knight going down at the bridge. The Goblins are going to be able to get a little bit of chip damage on that right-hand side. Royal Giant's going to be coming out on the right as well. Night Witch down for that. Bomb Tower placed in a perfect spot to aggro the Royal Giant and also take care of all the units on the left-hand side. A beautiful log able to connect to the Princess and the Dark Goblin, but that Mega Knight actually missed the Hog Rider. Hog Rider's going to be able to get one shot onto the tower. Mega Knight slamming down from Colombia there. Poison's going to be going through onto the Musketeer. Princess does walk in. Goblins get a few stabs in there. Graveyard Trigger has been pulled. Goblin Gang on the right hand side. Snowball's going to knock all that back. And the Poison's going to come through. The Freeze coming in. Battle Healer's going to be able to lock onto the tower and dish out a pretty decent amount of damage there. Hog Rider's going to be coming through. Bomb Tower does pull the Hog Rider. Oh, the log misses it, but it's going to activate the King Tower. A huge misplay from Colombia. They activate the King Tower. Poison's going to go down onto the Princess. Mega Knight slamming down. Baby Dragon locks onto the Musketeer across from the river. Battle Healer coming through. Mega Knight slams onto the Battle Healer and Muskie. Graveyard Trigger has been pulled. Mega Knight stopping the Mega Knight at the bridge. Poison rolling through with the Graveyard. Royal Giant coming in and the Hog Rider. Royal Giant and Hog Rider slamming away at the Bomb Tower. Snowball's going to come through. The log is able to chip away at the Royal Giant. A second Goblin Barrel is going to be coming in. Do they have anything to stop it? The King Tower was up. Only one stab gets in. Hog Rider pressure coming through. Muskie on the left-hand side. The Mega Knight. The Poison is going to come through. And even with the King Tower activation, Colombia was still able to come out on top. Wow. GG's, well played. Colombia tying things up 1-1. So well played by both sides. I thought the Goblin Barrel activating the King Tower was going to be it, but man, the pressure that Colombia was just able to get on in that last few seconds. We'll take a look at the stats for that last game, but I mean, getting the Mega Knights, look, 6 Mega Knights down from Codigo. He was just able to consistently apply pressure with the Mega Knights, and then that final Hog Rider Royal Giant push really just sealed the deal for them. Hog Rider and Royal Giant going onto a bomb tower. The fact that that was their only defense, and they didn't have heavy DPS. They had the Night Witch and they had 2 battle healers. They had Musketeer, but it wasn't able to really get through. They didn't have like a Lumberjack or a Mini Peck or anything like that to really stop that Royal Giant. And it was just devastating for them to deal with a Royal Giant Hog Rider push, and especially with the double Goblin Barrels coming through. Only 1 log in the decks. The other small spell they had was Snowball. Not going to be enough to help chip away at that Goblin Barrel, but what a second game. And we're going to be going to game 3 of the 2v2. So this is it so far. What we have, Oh Yeah and RF taking game number 1. Codigo and Victor taking game 2. And we're jumping into the final game of 2v2. Giant Skeleton and Tornado are banned here. Mega Knight and Night Witch rolling down that right hand lane. Battle Healer coming in. We could potentially be seeing somewhat mirror matchups, or very close to mirror matchups. Battle Healer down in the back. Mega Knight coming through. Bomb Tower is going to be able to take care of this Battle Healer. Just 20 seconds remaining until double elixir kicks in. This looks to be a huge push for Colombia on the right hand side of the Battle Healer. Poison's going to be coming down. Law going to come through. Mega Knight does slam down onto the Bomb Tower, but very well taken care of. Basically no damage on the right hand side for either teams. Mega Knight coming down. Gonna be able to jump onto that Musketeer. Here comes a Graveyard on the right hand side. Mega Knight jump is able to connect with that Battle Healer. Double freeze rolling through. Able to take down that Mega Minion and Battle Healer, and a huge amount of damage on the left, on the right hand tower. But here comes the counter push from Colombia. Is it going to happen? Arrows coming down defensively. The freeze going to be coming in, but the Mega Minion stays alive and not nearly as much damage as Colombia wanted. The Musketeer is going to be able to chip away at the Baby Dragon. Here comes Battle Healer. Night Witch being built up on the right-hand side. Musketeer is going to cross that river and get 1 pop shot onto the Battle Healer before she gets taken down. Second Battle Healer coming in from USA. Poison's going to go down onto the Night Witch, and that Musketeer Log's going to knock that all back, and this push is going to get stopped right at the bridge. Double Battle Healer now coming through for Colombia. Battle Healer played on the backhand side. Here comes the freeze. Not able to connect with the bomb tower, so the Battle Healer is going to tank a lot of that damage. Mega Minion and Baby Dragon are going to go straight to the bomb tower. Skeleton's being played in the back. Here comes a Mega Knight to go through. Mega Knight expected to come down at the bridge for Colombia. Battle Healer and Night Witch in the back with the Graveyard coming through. The freeze should be coming down momentarily. There's the freeze onto the double Battle Healer and the Night Witch. Skeletons are going to be able to lock onto the tower for just a little bit of chip damage. Poison's going to be able to roll through here. Is it going to be enough? Baby Dragon Graveyard on the right-hand side. Freeze is going to be coming down. 113 remains. Can US defend this final push? There is a huge amount of troops at the bridge. Freeze is going to come down defensively. Arrows are going to come through as well. Poison going to slowly chip away. Poison Log is going to come through and do the trick, and US is going to take that final game in the 2v2 set. GG, well played. They come out on top 2-1. Wow. That was so well played. That final push to get through and break down the Graveyard Freeze coming in, dishing out the damage that it needed to take the tower low enough and be able to get that final push off in a phenomenal defense. Arrows coming through, Freeze coming through to defend. Wow. GG, well played from the US. So they're going to be up 1-0, and we're going to be heading to a potential final set with the 1 versus 1. Who you guys think is going to be coming out? In the lineup, we saw RF. I don't think we saw Bag in there. I'm trying to remember who was in the lineup for tonight. I can't remember. I think we'll probably see Cadigo from Colombia. But I don't think Bag was in the lineup tonight. Rich Slayton in the chat. How's it going, Rich? Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Bag was in the lineup. Okay. We'll have to see who is coming out in the 1v1. We'll be waiting to see how that comes up. So here we go. It is going to be Bag. I didn't think he was in the first 4 that we saw earlier, but it's going to be Bag versus McLeakley in the 1v1. Bag has been playing out of his mind, winning game 3 and having a phenomenal performance thus far in No Tilt Worlds with a 2-0 record. He's been playing absolutely phenomenal. Bomb tower coming through, so it looks like McLeakley is going to be rocking Graveyard. And Bag running Minor Hound. Last 3 cards, I believe, are Goblin Cage, Poison, and Inferno Dragon? Or no, because he has Mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's see. Well, there's a Poison coming down. Poison's going to do a fantastic job defending that left-hand side. Will only take a little bit of chip damage. Baby Dragon is getting residual splash onto that Mega Minion. Wow. That was absolutely crucial. Tornado pulling that all together, but the Miner taking the aggro of the Baby Dragon. That was so well played. Baby Dragon is getting splashed onto the tower. The right-hand tower is going to fall. Mini P.E.K.K.A. not able to get a shot on that left-hand tower. The King Tower was able to get in and get that final shot onto the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Barb Barrel. Okay. So Barb Barrel was the last card. Mega Minion and Baby Dragon. Taking that down. Poison again to just defend against the graveyard. Barb Barrel's going to come through, take care of the Ice Wizard. And that Lava Hound is going to do wonders. Miner's going to go through on the backhand side. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to come through in the middle. Bomb Tower Bomb. Going to be able to take care of that. Mini P.E.K.K.A. takes down the Ice Wizard. Going to be able to take down... Nope. Gets taken down by the Knight before it can take down the Knight itself. And that is going to be GG. Bag taking the first game in the 1 versus 1 set. GG, well played. And just like that, we are 1 game away from USA potentially going 2-0. Yeah, the first graveyard was the difference in that match. We saw the Hound go down in the back, and then not even immediately after, it was like a few seconds after, McClickly actually went in with the Barb Barrel graveyard, and all Bag had to do was just poison it because there was nothing else. The Barb Barrel was going to get one shot onto the tower. The skeletons were all going to get taken down by the poison. So just the fact that the poison was able to get that much damage onto the graveyard and really take that down, and that's all Bag had to spend. McClickly spent 7 elixir to push on the left hand side, 5 for the graveyard, 2 for the Barb Barrel, and then Bag just counters it with 4 elixir, saving 3 elixir to go behind his Lava Hound, which was the Mega Minion. And even though that Baby Dragon was getting residual splash onto the Mega Minion when it was locked onto the tower, it was still enough damage to get that right hand tower taken down, and Bag pushes through and takes the victory for USA. Such a phenomenal performance from him. I mean, we said at the start, Bag has had a phenomenal year, and he's showing that right now, and he's looking to go 2-0 for US. But let's take a look at the stats from that last game. We saw Graveyard go off 3 times and Poison go off 3 times. I don't think Bag used Poison once on offense. I think Bag only used Poison exclusively on defense. But so it looks like Bag potentially rocking Graveyard or Royal Giant. I think it's Graveyard though. And then McQueekly rocking the deck that Bag just ran. Bomb Tower coming out for the Hound. Poison's going to be going down there. Poison might have been a little early. It will take down the Bomb Tower, it will take down the Ice Wiz, but anything that gets close to the tower, Bomb is just going to finish that off. Baby Dragon going to roll through, and a Mini P.E.K.K.A. coming on that opposite lane. The Baby Dragon right in the middle of the arena. I think Bag wanted to activate King Tower with that. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to be able to get 1-2 shots on that right-hand side. Man. That is not how Bag wanted that first push to go. And double elixir is going to be kicking in here. Graveyard coming out on the left-hand side. Lava Hound just played poison, coming in defensively to defend that graveyard. Mini P.E.K.K.A should get taken down here. Bomb Tower going to come up high. Oh, beautiful bar barrel early as the miner was about to come down. Oh, the bomb tower went off. The bomb tower's bomb went off before the pups were able to break through. I think the Lava Hound's going to be able to dish out enough damage. Bomb tower coming in. 2:15 remains. Even if Bag does catch the miner, which he does, a poison from McCleekly. Oh, the baby dragon's going to lock on. That is going to be GG. And we are going to a game number 3. All right, so game 3 going to be coming up here momentarily. They kind of just swapped decks there, and that was it. I mean, Graveyard versus Lava Hound. We saw the matchup. Bag dominated with it on a misplay, and then I think that deck just has a great matchup because you have the only thing that you need to defend against the graveyard is the poison. If you don't like contest against the, you don't need anything to push the poison out. But yeah, so we're gonna see what's gonna be happening in this third and potential final game of the 1v1. Here we go, jumping into it. Wallbreaker's coming through on the right hand side. Baby Dragon's gonna come down. Is it gonna be able to stop it? No, they get one Wallbreaker in. Uwa's coming down there. Mini P.E.K.K.A down is gonna be able to take care of that Uwa's in one shot. Inferno Dragon melting down. Bag with a really solid deck choice. Oh, the Hound's going to be coming in. Mini P.E.K.K.A now going in the opposite lane. This could potentially be a tower trade. I don't think he has anything. He does have the zap to reset. Arrow's going to be going out. Oh, the E was not. Wallbreaker going to be coming down. So Bag with a solid damage lead. Bandit on the back left hand side. Miner kites the Bandit. Oh, no dash or jump from the Mega Knight. Or Bandit. Lava Hound gonna be coming down. It looks like Bag might be able to come out on top here. Baby Dragon gets kited away onto the Miner. Poison. Mega Knight slamming down. Lava Hound still locked onto the tower. Arrow's gonna be coming through. Baby Dragon ends up turning to the tower, and it looks like this could be it. Miner's going to go on the backhand side. Uwaz is going to end up walking away. Miner getting a few chip toss onto the tower, 212. Poison does 216. There is the elixir to finish it off, and USA comes out on top, 2-0. GG's, well played. Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal performance from Bag. Drops game 2, but ends up coming back and taking game number 3. That is going to give a 2-0 victory for US, which means Peru is going to have to beat the Dominican Republic tomorrow 2-0 if they want to have a chance to take on US, and Colombia is going to fall to 2-1 with a +2, and US moves to 2-1 with a +2. So currently the US is in first place of the group with the head-to-head, so we're gonna have to see how that plays out tomorrow with the Dominican Republic versus Peru. Let's take a look at those sets once again. US winning the 2v2 2-1, and the 1 versus 1 set 2-1 as well. So 2-1, 2-1. I'll be taking a look at the updated standings here momentarily as well. Yeah, Bag played absolutely phenomenally. Coming out, clutching that 1 versus 1 set. If they went to that third game, that would have been a crucial moment. But you can see Group C, all 2-0s up until this point. Peru taking down the US 2-0, Colombia taking down the Dominican Republic 2-0, Colombia taking down Peru 2-0, US taking down the Dominican Republic 2-0, and then now just taking down Colombia 2-0, and we're going to be seeing that Peru versus Dominican Republic matchup tomorrow. So I have to see how that all plays out. Again, here are the standings for that. So Colombia and US both 2-1, both have +2 sets. Coming into this, Colombia was +4. They lost 2-0, so now United States is +2, and now Colombia is +2 as well at a 2-1 record. So we will see what Peru and the Dominican Republic will look like tomorrow. So some amazing games in Group C and some phenomenal games today as well. So guys, that's going to do it for the cast tonight. I hope you guys had a great time watching No Tilt Worlds. I know I had a great time at casting it, and we'll be back again tomorrow. I believe the first match is at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will double check with that, but follow No Tilt on Twitter at NoTiltGG, and they will update you with all of the information that you need: results, standings, scoreboards, schedule, whatever it may be. Just follow No Tilt on Twitter and they will supply that. So here is the matchup for tomorrow. As I said, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern will be Peru versus the Dominican Republic to kick things off. So that's the results for today's match. Canada 2-0 over Ecuador, Mexico 2-1 over Venezuela, and the US 2-0 over Colombia. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like to follow me personally, check out Full Frontage on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. We'll see you later for some more No Tilt Worlds. Peace out.